Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Astros Baseball. The Astros sweep the Angels in a 3-game series. You got to love it, folks, when the Astros get the job done. They left a lot of guys on base. They struggle with bringing runners in scoring position, and a positive that we'll get to later, JV. He actually did pretty well. So let's start with game one. Kikuchi on the mound. Altuve walked with the bases loaded. It was 1-0, and then Jordan had a sac fly. Brought in Jake. The Astros are up 2-0 after 2 innings. In the top of the third, Alex Bregman with a big 2-run bomb brought in Kyle Tucker. The Astros cruising 4-0. In the bottom of the third, Neto grounded out. The Angels scored, and then Shanuel RBI single 4-2. Angels making it close, and then Moniak had a home run in the fourth, 4-3 after 4 innings. And then going into the ninth, the Astros got a insurance run with Jordan Alvarez's 33rd homer. 5-3 was the score, and that was the final score. Kikuchi, 7 innings. Great job by Kikuchi. 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Kikuchi is now 9-9. Whenever the Astros traded for him, he was 4-9. His ERA is now down to 4.29. I think it was in the fives when we got him. So great job by Kikuchi. He's 5-0 with the Astros, but the Astros are 8-0 when he starts. 3.19 ERA and a 0.94 WHIP. The 0.94 WHIP is pretty damn impressive. Abreu gave up a hit. Oh, no. He had hold number 36. Dude, I can't see. All right, he had hold number 36, but he struck out 2. I haven't wrote that stat down before, so, it's kind of hard to see, and I'm tired. I was watching the Texans game, and the Texas game went long, and then I started preparing for this, and I'm just tired. I'm sorry. It was hold 36. That's pretty good. He had 2 strikeouts, and then Hader had save number 30. 2 strikeouts. So great job by the Astros, 5-3 win. Jordan went 1 for 4. He had a home run and a sac fly. Bregman 2 for 4. He drove in 2. Caratini 2 for 4. Dubon 2 for 4. Altuve 1 for 4. Yainer 2 for 4. Pena 2 for 4. Jake 1 for 4. The reason I want to tell you about all these guys' hits is that every starter got a hit. Every starter got a hit, and Dubon, Caratini, Bregman, Yainer, Pena, all of those guys got 2 hits. So the Astros only scored 5 runs, but they had 14 hits. And the reason why they had 14 hits and only 5 runs is they went 0 for 9 with the runners in scoring position. And that's what I was saying. That's an issue they've had all year, and that's an issue that they're going to have to fix when they play better teams. But a win is a win. They were 0 for 9 runners in scoring position, and they left 11 on base. 5 runs, 14 hits. They left 11 on base. They let the Angels make it close, or they let the Angels get close, but the Astros seem to pull out wins when Kikuchi's pitching. It's just the way it is. 8-0. 8-0 with Kikuchi on the mound. So game 2 is Justin Verlander, and this is the big question mark. He has been getting lit up. Since he came back, he has been lit up. The last game, he got lit up, and he walked the first 3 guys. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens in game 2. Top of the first, Altuve was on third and scored on a wild pitch. JV, here he goes in the bottom of the first. He walks the first 2 hitters, and you're thinking, oh, no. Oh, no. Here we go. So he walks the first 2 hitters. Shanuel gets an RBI single. That makes it 1-1. That's all the damage. There's no more runs till the 4th when Wagman had an RBI double. 2-1 Angels. In the top of the 5th, the Astros answered back. Jordan, home run, number 34. He crushed it. I believe it was in right center field. 2 runs came in on that shot. Altuve was on base. 3-2 Astros. They take the lead. And then Caratini, who's been great this year, brought in JP3. 4-2 Astros. We go to the 8th inning. The Angels score on a line drive to center field, 4-3. Again, late in the game, the Angels make it close. And again, the Astros have a home run in the top of the ninth. This time, King Tuck. Home run number 20 for Kyle Tucker. Is Kyle Tucker back? We shall see. But getting a home run, that sure is a great sign. 5-3 victory for the Astros. They won 5-3 in game one and 5-3 in game two. JV went 5 innings, 4 hits and 2 runs. Let me say that again. 4 innings and 2 runs. 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. He's now 4-6 with a 5.20 ERA. But compared to the last 2 outings, 5 innings, 4 hits and 2 runs and only 2 walks. You remember I said that he walked the first 2 hitters. That was the only 2 walks he had. He wasn't getting a lot of strikeouts, so but overall, you give me 5 innings and only allow 2 runs, you're putting the team in a position to win, and I'll take it every time. So Neris had a strikeout. Ord had 2 strikeouts. Scott had 2 walks and a hit, and then Presley finished that inning, and he had 2 hits, but he picked up save number 4. Jordan went 1 for 4. He had that home run. Altuve went 2 for 5 and scored twice. Yiner went 2 for 5. Pena 2 for 4. Caratini 1 for 3, and he walked once. He had an RBI. Hayward 1 for 2. And then Kyle Tucker pinch hit. He had that was a pinch hit home run in the ninth. I forgot to mention that. But Astros 5 runs on 10 hits. Game 1, 5 run on 14 hits. This one, 5 run on 10 hits. 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. So that's 1 for 14 in the first 2 games. They left 8 on base. So 1 for 14 runners in scoring position. They have 19 runners on base. They win both games 5-3. And some people don't like it when I say this, but I'll take it. I'll take it. A win is a win is a win. And when you get 5 good innings from Justin Verlander, that's a positive. You have to think positive, folks. So today was game 3. Ronel Blanco out on the mound to give the Astros a sweep. Top of the third, Jason Hayward. Home run to right field, 1-0 Astros. We go to the 4th inning, and the Astros blow the top off of it. Pena had an RBI single, brought in Tucker. That made it 2-0. Hayward, another RBI, this time a single. Caratini came in, 3-0. There was a pass ball. JP3 scored from third, 4-0. And then Dubon, an RBI single, made it 5-0. So 4 runs in the 4th inning for the Astros. Great start. No more runs to the 8th inning when Jake had an RBI single. Astros up big 6-0. Bottom of the 8th, Ward had a home run to make it 6-1. And then the Angels scored 3 more in the 9th inning to make it 6-4. And that was the final. So got a little scary at the end, but the Astros won. They won every game by 2, I believe. 5-3, 5-3, and 6-4. Some late heroics by the Angels, but not enough. Ronel Blanco, 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. For you that may have forgotten how good Ronel Blanco is, he's now 11-6. His ERA is still 2.88. I know he hasn't pitched this much, and that could have had something to do with them moving him, and it's also who else you're going to put. But his ERA is 2.88. This is a guy that is probably or should be in the rotation, but you've got that issue with JV. You don't need 5. You don't need 6. You don't need 6 pitchers, but you can piggyback a couple, and then you don't even have to get into the bullpen. So there's that. It's a good problem to have. To have too many pitchers is a great problem to have. Neris had a strikeout. Ort gave up a run on 2 hits. Caleb Ferguson, he's the one that got blown up. He gave up 3 runs. Hader pitched 2/3 of an inning because Caleb Ferguson couldn't close the game out. He gave up a hit, but he had a strikeout, and he picked up save number 31. So a game that the Astros were up 6-0 after 7.5 innings or 8.5 innings, right? It was the top of the 8th. How can I not do that math? But they were up 6-0 going into the 8th. So 7.5 innings. I was right. Why do I doubt myself? And then they made it close, 6-4. You never know. Offensively, Caratini went 1 for 4. JP3, 2 for 4. He drove in a run. Hayward went 3 for 3, 2 RBIs, and he scored twice. Jake went 1 for 3 with an RBI, and Dubon 1 for 4. Altuve 0 for 4. Jordan 0 for 3. Yiner 0 for 5, and Tucker 0 for 4. So I said, is Tucker back? I don't know. I don't know if he's back, but he got a home run. But I'll tell you this. The 1 through 4 hitters didn't get anything. All the hits, all the RBIs, all the runs were scored from the 5 through 9 hole. So good job, bottom of the order Astros. So today was a guy that they took out of the rotation, and then the 5 through 9 hitters. That's who got the job done. So it's a great win. They were leading, and they made it a little scary at the end, but the Astros sweep the Angels, and I will take that all the time. So next, we got to give you the Ram Shirts players of the series. But before we do that, we got to take a quick break. You're listening to Astros Baseball. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we are back. It is time to give you the Ram Shirts players of the series. Pitcher, I went with Ronel Blanco. 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Kikuchi went 7 innings and gave up 2, I believe. He did great. I was kind of thinking Kikuchi would be the pitcher of the series, but Ronel Blanco, 6 shutout innings. You can't ask for more than that. The position player, just with the eye test, just watching the games and remembering what happens, I was thinking before I started doing the notes that I was going to pick Jordan with those 2 big home runs. But those are the only 2 hits he had. The only 2 hits that he had. This is who I went with. I went with consistency on this. 2 for 5, 2 for 4, 2 for 4. This guy went 6 for 13, multi-hits in all 3 games. JP3. That is my position player of the series. Coach Rose winner. This wasn't easy. No, it was easy. That's what it is. It was easy. This guy went 1 for 2. He didn't play in game 1, but game 2 he went 1 for 2. And then today he went 3 for 3 with a home run. None other than Jason Hayward. Who expected that? Who expected him to hit a home run? He only has 8 all year. I think this is his second with the Astros. I mean, maybe you can expect the guy to get a home run. But 3 for 3? 4 for 5 in the series? 4 for 5 with a home run, 2 RBIs. Jason Hayward, J-Hay is what they're calling him on TV, is the Ram Shirts Coach Rose winner. All right, now we're going to take a look at the standings. The standings didn't change much. The Astros are 81-68. They're 6-4 in their last 10, but they've won 4 games in a row. Seattle 77-73, still 4.5 games back. 7-3 in their last 10, and they won 3 in a row. And the reason they won 3 in a row is because they swept the Rangers. Now, the Rangers are 10.5 back. They were, I believe, 7.5 back, if my math is right. But I think as Astro fans, maybe we would rather have the Rangers win 2 out of 3 of those and give us a little breathing room. But I'm always down for Texas getting beat. I'm always down for that. Texas 71-79, 10.5 games back. The Astros only have 13 games left, so Texas is out of it. 1 and done. Hashtag 1 and done. I don't know what the magic number is. I never know that. I know people post it, but so the Astros are 4.5 games ahead of Seattle. We have. Oh, I'll say that next. Okay. So that's the standings. So let's look at what's up next. The Padres. It's a good team. 85-65. Is that right? 20 games over 500. That's a good record. I feel like I wrote that down wrong. It's so good. So Monday, tomorrow, we have Spencer Arrighetti taking on Yu Darvish. Yu Darvish is 5-3 with a 3.52 ERA. So you would think Spencer Arrighetti, young kid, versus Yu Darvish. They're in San Diego, advantage San Diego, but the last 3 appearances, the ERA, Arrighetti 3.0 ERA and Yu Darvish 5.91. Arrighetti's given up 14 hits, Yu Darvish 17. Arrighetti has 18 strikeouts, Darvish 11. The only thing he leads is Arrighetti has 7 walks and he only has 5. So if Arrighetti can handle business, that'll be a great start for the Astros, that's for sure. Tuesday, Hunter Brown versus King. King is 12-9 with a 3.06 ERA. Hunter Brown is a stud, and I always say when he's pitching, advantage Astros, and especially on Wednesday, Framber Valdez versus Dylan Cease. Cease is 13-11 with a 3.5 ERA. Although he's good, and that's a decent ERA, I give the advantage to Framber. I give the advantage to Hunter, and who knows? Who knows? I think the way the pitchers line up, even though they got Darvish and Cease, all 3 of their guys. You know what? King has a better ERA than these guys. Darvish is 3.52, Cease is 3.58, King is 3.06. So I mean, they're all good. So it's going to be a tough matchup. Look at their record, 85-65. They're good. Really good. All right. So after that, we have 4 games. I don't know why I'm saying this out of order, but we have 4 games at Minute Maid Park. Yeah, that's right. 4 games at Minute Maid Park against the Angels. That's after the Padres series. And then we have 3 at Minute Maid Park versus Seattle. And then we close out the year 3 at Cleveland. The Astros have 13 games left. Wow. I think I said that already, but so we have, let me say it again. The Angels for 4 games, 3 against Seattle, 3 against Cleveland. That's after the 3 with the Padres. If you look at Seattle, they have the Yankees next. The Yankees are one of the best teams in the American League, but I don't think they've been playing very well. And Seattle's coming off the sweep of Texas. I don't know if that's going to help them, but they got the Yankees, then they got Texas again. And then they got the Astros, and then they got Oakland. So the Astros are going to have to play well. The Astros are going to have to not play down to their opponents. I like that they have 4 games left against the Angels because they handled the Angels pretty well. I think they've only lost 1 game to them all year. But it's going to be tough. I mean, 4.5 game lead with 13 games left. That would make the magic number like 8 or 9. I guess 9. I don't know about magic numbers. I'm not very good at it. All right, so what's up next? Final thoughts. I was gonna do my final thought about JV, but I already talked about it. What do we do about JV? If he pitches, let's see, there's 13 games left, so he may pitch 2 more times. And if he goes 5 innings and only allows 2 runs again, he's gonna be in the rotation in the playoffs, whether you like it or I like it. But I do think this. I don't have a problem with anybody getting in there because it's not my team. It's not my decisions. But as long as the manager does what's best for the team, whether it's JV or whoever, do what's best for the team, and I'll be okay with that. But if Justin Verlander does what he did today or does what he did yesterday, then I'll say, then he's JV. But like I said also earlier, we have 6 starting pitchers, and you may only need 4 in the playoffs. So you can piggyback them. You can have them both ready to go. If somebody starts playing bad, you got another guy ready, and that's a luxury. That's a good luxury. All right, final one. Let's do some stats. I did this stat on the I was going to say Padres, Astros Baseball Podcast TikTok channel. So in case you don't listen to that or look at it or find it or you're not on TikTok, Since the trade for Kikuchi, who is 8-0. I mean, he's 5-0. The Astros are undefeated, 8-0 with Kikuchi. Alex Bregman has started 6 of those games. So 6 of those 8 games, Bregman has been in the lineup. Bregman has a hit in all 6 of those games. He has 11 hits in the 6 games with Kikuchi. So that is a good combo. When Kikuchi's on, this is what I said on the video. If you do any kind of fantasy sports where you pick high or low, if Kikuchi's on the mound and you have Bregman plus half a hit, you better hit Alex Bregman. Choose him. So he has 11 hits, but since they've had Kikuchi, he has 34 hits, 11 of them with Kikuchi on the mound. So 23. Oh, no, 32. I said it backwards. I got dyslexia. 32% of Alex Bregman's hits since the Kikuchi trade, 32% of them have come with Kikuchi on the mound. So there you go. Let's do some stats. All right. Anyway, that's it, folks. I appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Astros Baseball.